This time I built this amazing, cool, awesome, fancy cocktail smoker. You want one too? Follow me and lass uns anfangen. I really like this project because it doesn't require lots of lumber and I can use up some of my scrap wood. I have 2 pieces of cherry and 1 piece of walnut. The smoker is made out of 3 parts that I designed using a free program called Inkscape, and then I loaded it into my Vectric software. The bottom lip with the bunny, the middle piece, and the lid. Let's start by cutting the pieces on my CNC machine. I always get a lot of questions about how I come up with my designs. I'm going to walk you through this one. My designs started off with this piece. Let's call it a chimney. The bottom piece sits flush with the glass. As you can see, this first design has a few issues. There isn't much smoke in the glass because there's no air gap, and on top, when you burn the wood chips, you pretty much burn away most of the chimney as well. So for both of these problems, I have to come up with a better design. And now let's do it one more time with a little bit of an air gap. And as you can see, it's a lot different. So the chimney isn't needed to guide the smoke into the glass. It's all about the air gap. So I cut little grooves into the bottom of the smoker. And for the top, I used cement. You can't burn away cement. I wanted to use a lid for the smoker, but the corners of the cement weren't strong enough over time and chipped away. To avoid this, I built a lip around the cement. So it's inlaid. And ta-da! This is my smoker design. Hardwood build, cement inlay, hardwood lip to protect the corners, and the bottom grooves to create air gaps for the perfect flow of smoke. And a pretty lid. The name? The Old Glory Smoker. How do you like it?
My eyes are wide open. I see you clear. My
Deutsche Qualitätsarbeit. And now let's get back to the build. I decided to chamfer the top of the lid because it looks better. To do so, I used my handheld Makita router. And this will be the shape of the lid. The bottom piece with the bunny and the middle piece that will hold the cement stone will need to be glued together. Spread some glue, attach some clamps, and let it dry overnight. While this is drying, I'm in my crafts room laser engraving a graphic onto the lid. To do so, I'm using my Flux Hexa 60-watt CO2 laser engraver. Just double-click a button for automatic height adjustment. I wish my CNC machine had that function. I'm using the built-in camera to easily find the right location for the engraving. Just drag the design right on top to where you want the engraving to be and send the file to the engraver. And that's the finished design. If the burn marks are too strong, you can easily adjust the settings. To create a cement inlay, I poured a mold so I can get the perfect shape. And this requires a little bit of mixing. The secret here is to pour it very slow and from high up to avoid any bubbles. Let the silicone fully dry and then come back and demold the mold. Use that mold to pour the cement mixture into. Burning the wood shavings creates black spots on the cement. Therefore, I use a dark-colored cement dye to color the cement a dark gray, so the dark burn marks are not so visible. Like always, a link to the products I'm using is in the description below. Mix it well. With cement, a little bit of water goes a long way. Pour the cement mixture into the mold and vibrate out any bubbles. While this is drying, let's check on the smoker glue up. And that looks about perfect, just needs a little bit of sanding. To glue the cement to the wood, I'm using Total Boat 4-minute epoxy. Mix the epoxy well, and then press the cement into the insert. And now it's time for the finish. I'm using Micamade Liquid Hydration, and after, I'm rubbing on a layer of Mousse Magousse wood butter. This will give a perfect, long-lasting finish.
My toes touch the same floor. Our world
And that's the full assembly. The smoker is finished, but before I use it, I would like to pour my cocktail into a special glass. My flux laser came with a rotary attachment that lets me engrave glass. I've always wanted to engrave glass, so I'm really excited. It's a very simple plug-and-play install. The glass was sliding a little bit on the metal, and I had to raise up the bottom to give it a straight surface to engrave evenly, so I added a few rubber bands to lift up the glass and increase friction. And that's the result. And that means we are fertig. Thank you so much for the ones that are using the super thanks button. A little goes a long way, and it helps me continue making videos. Like always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Tschüss!